Welcome back to our channel, Brain Fuel. So today we are going to discuss the topic Farmer Association movements in India. So I'll cover the introduction of Farmer Association movements in India, Indigo movement, Pabna movement, Deccan Rebellion, Champana Satyagraha, Mopla Peasant Uprising. So these all topics I will cover. I'll be brief in every topic. Please watch till the end. Introduction. So this is for your notes reference, you can read it out. I'll just explain it in simple words. A peasant movement is when farmers come together to protest against unfair treatment like high taxes, loss of land, or being forced to grow crops they didn't want to. It's a fight for survival, dignity and justice. So why did this movement start? British rule changed everything. Before the British came, many farmers owned their land and worked under local kings. Under the British rules, landlord and zamindars were given power to collect taxes. Farmers had to pay very high taxes even during droughts or crop failure. There are many reasons for crop failure. There may be drought, there may be pesticides, anything अगर अगर कुछ भी हो सकता है. Loss of traditional jobs. British policies hurt handicraft industries like weaving and pottery. Many artisans became farmers, but now they were landless or poor. Okay, many artisans became farmers, but now they were landless and poor. Farmers borrowed money to pay taxes or buy seeds. Okay, they borrowed money from big lenders or large farmers like zamindars to pay taxes or to buy seeds. When they couldn't repay, they lost their lands and become laborers. Okay, when there is a crop failure, farmer has no money to pay landlords and zamindars for taxes to the British government. So they took loans from zamindars and landlords to pay the taxes or repay debts they had or to purchase seeds. So when they can't repay, what these landlords used to do is they took their property papers, okay, and made their own land. So the land becomes landlord's property now. It is no more the farmer's property now. What did farmers do? They revolted, refused to pay taxes, stopped growing certain crops, and protested against the landlords. These uprisings happened in different parts of India at different times, but all had one goal: to fight injustice. So, this was the introduction on the topic. Okay, so the farmers are brutally exploited by these landlords and British government. So, there are certain movements that happened due to this. The first one is the Indigo movement. What happened is during British rule, Indian farmers were often forced to grow crops they didn't want, paid unfairly, and exploited by landlords. So the crops the farmers didn't want to grow, like the indigo plant, they were forced to what can we say cultivate the indigo plants, which destroy the land's fertility, and you cannot grow another crops in that land basically. These movements were their way of saying enough is enough. So where this indigo movement started? It started in 1959 to 1960, where Govindpur village, Bengal, leaders were Digambar Biswas and Vishnu Biswas. So what happened is British planters forced farmers to grow a plant called indigo plant, a plant which is used to make blue dye. Farmers couldn't grow crops and were paid a very little. They were refused, they were threatened or beaten, and how farmers fought back. Under local leaders, farmers refused to grow indigo. They united across the villages and said no to exploitation. This was one of the first organized peasant revolts in India. And the second one is So actually I made a detailed video on this Indigo movement. You can check out the description and watch it. Pabna movement. It happened in 1873 to 1876, where Yusuf Shahi Pragna Pabna district now in Bangladesh. Leaders are Ishan Chandra Roy and Keshav Chandra Roy. Guys, please remember these names and these dates: 1859, 1873 to 76. These are the most important, and based upon this, they can blindly give you marks if you write any topic. Just highlight these numbers, highlight these names. They will blindly do correction on your paper. So, what was the problem? Landlords charged very high rents and used illegal methods to collect money. Farmers were harassed, evicted, and had no legal protection. And how farmers responded? They formed the Kisan Sangh, the Farmers Association, held peaceful protest, filed legal cases, and refused to pay unfair rents. This movement was non-violent and focused on legal rights. The Deccan Rebellion. In 1875, farmers versus moneylenders. So this happened in Maharashtra location, especially in Pune district. This triggered the event. A farmer named Kularam Ratu had his house auctioned off by a moneylender. This wasn't just one case. It symbolized the widespread exploitation of farmers by sukars, the moneylenders. So what was happening? Farmers were borrowing money at very high interest rates. When they couldn't repay, moneylenders took their land, homes, and cattle. Courts often sided with moneylenders, leaving farmers helpless. So, what farmers did to fight back? In villages like Mahalang, farmers boycotted moneylender shops. They refused to sell crops to exploitative traders. Okay, they buy it at a small price, like this is the minimum price. They protected each other from eviction and harassment. The outcome was the British government passed the Deccan Agriculturist Relief Act to give farmers some protection from unfair lending practices. So think of it like someone borrowing rupees 100 and being forced to repay 500 rupees. Then show how collective action broke the cycle. Okay, they were forced, the assets were taken away. And the next one is Champaran Satyagraha, Gandhi's first civil disobedience in India. It happened in Champaran, the Bihar village. The problem was the tin khatia system. British planters forced farmers to grow indigo on 3 by 20th of their land. Farmers couldn't grow food and were paid a very little. Refusal meant punishment or eviction. Local leaders like Rajkumar Shukla invited Mahatma Gandhi to help. Gandhi visited villages, listened to farmers, and refused to leave despite the British orders. What Gandhi did? He used satyagraha, a peaceful protest and truth seeking, collected evidence, met officials, and mobilized public support. The movement gained national attention. So the outcome was the British set up a commission and the teen Khatia system was abolished. It was a major win for farmers and marked Gandhi's rise as national leader. So, mm, okay, this is done. Like this farmers one, the Mopal Peasant Uprising. The Mopal Rebellion, also called the Malabar Rebellion, happened in 1921 in Malabar region of Kerala. It was a peasant revolt led by Mapila Muslims who were mostly poor farmers. They were angry at landlords called Janmis and the British government who supported those landlords. And why were farmers angry? The landlords charged very high rents and could evict farmers easily. British laws gave these landlords full control over the land even if farmers had lived there for generations. Farmers had no legal protection and many were deeply in debt. Imagine a farmer growing rice, but 80% of the crop goes to the landlord, and if he complains, he's thrown out. That was the reality. What triggers the revolt? The Khilafat movement was happening at the same time. It was a protest against the British disrespect for the Ottoman Caliph. So many Muslim movements supported Caliphate and felt betrayed when the British refused to help. बेटा वीडियो रिकॉर्ड చేస్తున్నా మళ్ళీ చేస్తావు. So this added religious anger to the economic frustration. What did the Mopla farmers do? They attacked landlords, burned records, and refused to pay rent. Some even declared local self-rule in villages. The British responded with martial law, and thousands of rebels were killed or jailed. So it started as a peasant movement, but later took on religious and political tones. Leaders like Gandhi Shaukat Ali, Gandhi Shaukat Ali, and Maulana Azad initially supported and the cause, but later distanced themselves due to reports of violence. The movement is controversial. Some call it freedom struggle, others see it as a communal right. Social movements. Farmer unions in India. India has a long history of agrarian protest and several farmer unions have played key roles in organizing these movements. These unions fight for fair prices, land rights, and loan waivers and protection of farmers from exploitation. So these were the movements in the India. I have almost made all the videos on these topics. Please check out my channel. You will find everything. Okay. National Forum Public Movements, Lok Sangha Morcha, All India Kisan Samiti Coordination Committee, All India Kisan Sabha, All India Kisan Mazdoor Sangatan, Karnataka Rajya Raitha Sangha. Everything, almost everything I have covered. You can read this out. This is the end of the video. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.